Alright boys, the long awaited father-son fight, Bucky Hanma Season 2 Part 2. I finished watching it. Time to provide my review, breakdown, and overall clarification for a few things that are greatly important for the Bucky story as a whole. First up, finally getting the Demon Brain scene animated was pretty cool. We didn't particularly get any new information in the whole season regarding it. It was kinda cool to see it highlighted in the opening a little bit more, but still, what is the Demon Brain? We don't know even as manga readers. Regarding Kozue's thoughts on Ali Jr., the anime clarified that situation up a lot more. Regarding the manga, if you don't know, we don't have official English translations for this actual fight in the manga. So regarding what the anime says, I guess that's the most official understanding of the story we currently have. So Kozue didn't cheat on Baki of Ali Jr. in any way. That was kind of fully cleared up in the anime here, which was good to see. I was already under that perspective, but it's still a little weird as we haven't seen Kozue since this arc in the manga as well. Regarding anime onlys, if you haven't read any of the manga or haven't watched the first older anime which goes over the first manga series, Grappler Baki, the flashbacks this anime season provided regarding Baki's childhood when he was 13, and most importantly what happened to his mother to get context for Baki's character, is very helpful if you haven't read it or watched that part of the anime if you've only seen the Netflix adaptation of Baki. But of course the flashback is absolute peak, and of course the tournament that occurs in Grappler Baki as well. You're definitely missing out on some stuff, but you got the whole understanding of Yujiro and Baki's relationship and what actually happened to Baki's mother with all this. I hope that people currently working on the Baki anime decide to go back and fully animate Grappler Baki in the future. That would be pretty cool. Of course, the next arc in the manga to be animated is the Musashi arc, which could very well be 2 seasons as well, so I guess stay tuned for that. If this does well, I'm guessing we're going to get that potentially sometime next year. No confirmation currently, but I'm assuming we're going to get it in the future. I also hope for Grappler Baki stuff. And if you don't know, the manga is still ongoing. The 6th manga series in the franchise just begun as the anime season released, so get on that. Of course, subscribe to the Mysterious Wave YouTube channel. That's what I provide on this channel, Baki content. We got the fighting scene between Yujiro and Oliver, with Yujiro absolutely clowning Oliver, with their interactions providing more clarification of what actually happened between Baki and Pickle at the end of the fight, confirming once again that Pickle did in fact use a technique against Baki in their final moments, and that they have differing perspectives on who actually won. Yujiro kind of used Baki as the winner because he forced Pickle to go down the route of martial arts rather than strength, and Oliver considers, I guess, Pickle the winner because Pickle pretty much defeated him in the fight by any means necessary. Of course, if you look at the situation, Baki overall is stronger, so that's why Yujiro ended up fighting Baki and not Pickle after this arc, as he claimed prior to this that he would fight the winner. Yujiro viewed Baki as the winner regardless of what happened at the end. Now I can go over the main 3 parts of the story: Baki's training with Shiba, Retsu's boxing, and of course Baki vs Yujiro. The Shiba stuff I quite enjoyed. As someone who hasn't had that much shine in the Baki series, it was cool to actually see his main moments, especially if you haven't read Grappler Baki or seen the original anime. He participated in the Maximum Tournament. Since then he hasn't really done anything, so his moments and character as a whole fully getting shown was absolute peak. I'm expecting a lot of fans of his to rise from all this. Baki throughout that training was also pretty cool. His new master, the cockroach, you love to see it. In regards to Retsu's boxing, that is a part of the story not a lot of people like. Me personally, when I first read it in the manga, I didn't really care as it was cutting in between the setup for Baki and Yujiro, and of course after all the years of build up we just wanted to see their fight. But watching it in the anime, I quite enjoyed it. Retsu as a character, I've made a full dedicated video going over his character and how he pretty much went downhill. This boxing arc in the anime was quite fire. Of course, we didn't get to see the conclusion of the fight until the very end after Yujiro vs Baki's fight concluded with that little post-credit scene. We don't get to see it fully fleshed out, but the moments we did get to see of Retsu boxing and proving the might of 4,000 years of Chinese Kenpo was pretty cool, and I definitely preferred it in the anime rather than my first experience reading it in the manga. In regards to Yujiro's character, that was great throughout the entire season. This is just what we wanted. I'm guessing the first time for anime onlys to really experience who Yujiro is, get an insight behind his motivations, and how he was a little bit depressed due to, of course, his overwhelming strength and reaching that pinnacle of power. Baki was great, someone a lot of people claim to have really no character. We finally got to see this throughout the seasons as well. The animation was solid throughout the entire season, definitely a step up from the Pickle arc, especially regarding certain moments of the Baki vs Yujiro fight. I'm guessing there's going to be a decent amount of you who didn't actually like the fight due to the pacing. Once again, I'll say this in every Baki anime review, as a story and a series, Baki is better suited for a manga, especially when trying to get through all those explanation scenes that end up being placed in between the actual fights. Watching an anime, it does make it drag a little bit and kinda can make you bored, I'm not gonna lie, so definitely read the manga if you haven't. Regardless, as a fan, someone who's already read all this and knows what's going to happen, I really enjoyed every moment of it. Of course, the key moments when Baki used his Triceratops fist, the cockroach tackle, and all of Yujiro's moments beating up Baki was all good. The ending of the fight was provided with a little bit more clarification, especially regarding the winner and what actually occurred. If you don't know, Yujiro, due to Baki's imagination and pretty much making him believe in what was actually going on and kind of tricking him to a degree to get into the kitchen and cook the meal, admitted that Baki is now the new strongest creature alive. But Baki, due to, being realistic and understanding what happened throughout this fight, admitted that he actually lost. If you don't know, in the future of the story, the next arc, Musashi Miyamoto's arc, Yujiro is still regarded as the strongest creature on Earth. So technically, as a whole, I would say Yujiro is the winner, and of course, without a doubt, is still the stronger one. Now, I hope you didn't think I would forget about it. The one and only Yuichiro Hanma scene. We finally got it, and it was absolute peak. Regarding his voice actor, in the English dub, that kinda caught me by surprise. The Japanese, of course, was quite solid. I would switch in between throughout the season like I do for most of them. I wanted to see what his voice was in the dub, and it kinda shocked me a little bit. Not too sure about that choice particularly. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. But there wasn't really anything particularly new added. I did make a short going over the exact lines and, kinda providing more context. There wasn't anything added from the manga, just everything was adapted. Yuichiro Hanma, still greatly mysterious. This scene, we still don't know exactly how this happened, why Yuichiro is there, and pretty much everything about him. I do explain what we do know from side mangas and the story in these videos, but still, Yuichiro Hanma is one of the most mysterious characters in the whole Baki series. But finally getting this scene, it was quite peak. The ancient Egyptian Hanma-like scenes, of course, that is also one of the biggest mysteries in the Baki world. Are the Hanma families human? Are they like some evolved race? Are they aliens? Who knows? There's definitely something going on regarding the father and son of the Hanma family and them fighting one another since thousands of years ago. Hopefully we get this explored more in the future of the story. Spoilers, we don't really get this kinda talked about ever since this fight. I'm still hoping the current manga that just started we get more context. But as a whole, I really enjoyed this season. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down below. Shout out to these mad lads who support the channel via Patreon. And that's it guys. Peace.